back to the 2003 Winston Cup Series in NASCAR Racing 2003, and after topping 2 sessions in the first 2 rounds but failing to convert that pace into any decent race results, who's going to bet that we'll change our fortunes in Las Vegas? This facility was opened in 1972 as a drag strip and road course after the closure of another Nevada circuit, the Stardust International Raceway. But it wasn't until 1996 that this 1.5-mile oval was completed, with the circuit making its Cup Series debut in 1998. The track is still used in the Cup Series today, from 2008 onwards hosting 2 races on the calendar. Now, you may have noticed things look a little bit different for Team Rabotech. I'm still driving for them, still in the 188 Chevy, but Rabotech realised that having their own name just everywhere on the car wasn't really good for sponsorship, wasn't really bringing them that much money. Fortunately, I have a new sponsor. Meet the 188 Converse Chevy, kindly designed for me by Corvin, who has been helping me out with this game. He offered to make a livery and I said yes, and he's done an awesome job. It looks great, so this is going to be our ride for the rest of the season. I should probably mention at this point that I don't actually have any form of sponsorship deal with Converse, it's just a bit of fun. But if anyone from Converse is watching, I wear your shoes to drive, hence why I chose the sponsor. And if, you like that, and, just reach out or something, that'd be cool. As a thank you to Corvin, his driver, JC Fuller, will probably join us on a few rounds on a part-time basis throughout the season, and another driver in the lineup, who I didn't realise also wasn't in this game, is Kurt Busch in the 97 Sharpie Ford. Didn't realise he wasn't in it. We talked about him in the last episode, and I was like, well, let's get him in. Like, come on, and there's loads of part-timers in the roster. Let's get Kurt Busch in, because I may not know much about NASCAR, but I know he's pretty good. Let's get down to business, and you may notice that things now look a little bit different compared to the bits you've just seen, and that's because all that was filmed a week ago. Basically, I came to record and force feedback just wasn't working. Logitech users may be familiar with a piece of software called G-Hub, which is just perpetually on fire. I sorted that out, force feedback working, and then on my second attempt to film, PC crashed partway through, so it's not going great. So, a week later, third time is hopefully the charm, and practice went pretty well again, 2nd place. If I don't start converting and qualifying in the race, I'm going to probably get a bit of a reputation as a practice merchant. It was very, very cloudy in practice, and as you can see, the forecast for qualifying looks cloudy too. So yeah, that's bad for tyre temperatures, but once I got them up to temperature, I felt like I was doing quite well. Setup-wise, I've again followed Corvin's advice, and I've used fast and qualifying setups and then just tried to tailor them to my style, which at the minute is just try and make them a bit tighter. I've also worked on a looser, more risky qualifying setup, but actually, I don't think I'm going to risk it. I think I'm just going to run my race setup in qualifying. Sure, that won't get me as high, but I think at the minute I'm not competent enough with the looser qualifying setup, so I think going this way will probably be a better result for me personally. So, target is going to be try and get in the top half. I could be happy with that. But it's our 3rd D-shaped oval of the season, but remarkably, it's our 3rd completely different type of challenge. It's all been very different at every track. Like, this is just very lightly banked, and the corners almost lure you into a false sense of security. Like, they make you think you can carry maybe a bit more speed in than you should. But again, I'm enjoying the challenge. I might not say that in a few minutes. They are starting very low. I think that's even lower than in North Carolina. Not even going to look at what the estimated times are. Let's just focus on driving this well. Oh, that was bad. That was actually pretty bad. I'm really unhappy with how much I've let that just drift across the track in turn 1. Slightly tighter through turns 3 and 4. We power to the line.
Alright, there's the checkered flag.
It's definitely better than the Rock. Or is it? No, it's definitely better than the Rock. Oh. Well, Christ, the pace really picked up in qualifying. They're at 32.3 from Rusty Wallace. And I went slower in qualifying by, what, 4/10 than in practice. It is happy hour, so that means once again I'm going to fail at driving this car while trying to essentially host and tell you what happened in the real UAW-DaimlerChrysler 400, which is an awful name for a race, so from this point onwards I'm just going to call it the Las Vegas 400. Sorry guys. I appreciate sponsorship is everywhere, but I just hate the races that the entire name is a sponsor. And I kind of let it slide for the Subway 400 because I like sandwiches, but no, I'm not, yeah, Las Vegas 400. So in the real 2003 Las Vegas 400, 6 different leaders of the race, some of which led the race multiple times, battled it out until on lap 172, Matt Kenseth became the 7th different leader, retaking the lead just after a caution period. He would hold the lead for 56 laps, during which there was another caution period caused by a 7-car pile-up, #just NASCAR things. Kenseth would then lose the lead for 8 laps, but then retake it and lead for the final 32 to pick up his 7th career win and his first win of 2003. And, as we have mentioned probably more than enough times while playing this game already, it would be the only win he'd get in 2003, yet he'd go on to win the whole Cup Series. What's remarkable is he hasn't even led the standings yet. Leaving Las Vegas, he would be just 3 points behind the series leader, Michael Waltrip. So imagine being told, you've just won your last race of the season, there are 33 rounds to go, you've not yet led, but you will win. Comfortably. So my target for this race is going to be no spins in Las Vegas and don't cause any caution periods. I want a caution-free race. Someone else has a caution and has nothing to do with me, fine. I don't want to cause any cautions. I don't want to spin. That is the target.
Drivers, start your engines.
It is much, much hotter today. The hottest it has been all weekend, I think. Incredibly, I have now topped at least one session every weekend. Qualifying in Daytona, practice at the Rock, and now happy hour in Las Vegas. I'm quick when it doesn't matter, or I'm quick when everyone else is going slow, which is probably the explanation. Also, I realised why I was slow off the line in the Rock, because I feel like that was a scenario where you start in first gear, not second. So I'm going to do that today. Right, come on, just want a clean race. Clean race, maybe make some places, and I can be happy. That is it. Las Vegas 400 is go. Bit of a squirm, but a good start. And I'm going to go quiet into turn 1. Not got confidence on cold tyres. As we can see, we go right to the back, but you know what, I'll have the width of the track to get used to it and get the car up to temp. Let's go. Oh dear, that was awful. That was awful. And I've just absolutely slapped a Chip Ganassi car into the wall. Oh dear. That was shit. You can't say anything more than that. Absolutely shit. And the side of Casey Mears' car looked awful. Essentially led him back through. I do apologise, he seems to be relatively unhindered performance-wise. That doesn't look good, I'm sorry. Sorry, Mr. Mears. And now... Oh, I think he just banged into me, and you know what? That is, that's fair play, sir. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna leave it. Get out the way. Oh, he's going to try and hang it round the outside. but I definitely feel like I can get it done.
Clear.
And we're going to get into a habit of scrapping with Chip Ganassi cars at the back. To be fair, I didn't realise at the time that it was Mir's fault that I went round the first time at the Rock. So actually, tit for tat, we're even. Cute Mirs. And I nearly slid because I was swearing going into a corner. Whoops. Marling trying to line up Bush here. Could I follow him through? Let's not get into too much trouble. Can't follow him through, but oh, Bush trying to get him straight back. You know what, I'm going to try and slide wide.
Stay high. Keep high. Keep high. Clear.
Put him back in. Let's get the door shut. Beautiful move. Beautiful move indeed. And we are flying up to Sterling Marlin.
Keep low. Stay low. Clear. Outside.
Oh! Sorry, Sterling, I got the call very last second. That was a slight brown trouser moment. Jesus. Right, so in a bit of a no man's land, the next car is, what a surprise, it's another Chip Ganassi car. Can I leave this pack behind me and start getting onto the main body of cars? The pace I'm going at is good. I don't need to take any risks. Let's just keep putting the laps in and work our way up. Been a gradual gain, but then as soon as you start to pick up the toe, especially when McMurray's not getting the toe off anyone else, you really close in. Don't want to spend too much time behind. I think I definitely am quicker. Okay, it's Harvick next. Oh, and Mears is in the pits early. Probably from the damage I've caused him. But you know what? Again, after remembering what he did to me at the Rock, I don't care. There has been beef ignited. It's tit for tat. Deal with it. Also, considering what my objective was, don't spin and don't cause any cautions. And even though I slapped Mears into the wall, I haven't actually done that. It's not in the spirit of my objective, but I haven't done it. So to be fair, any time from now I could pit. When we get past the halfway point. But obviously the later I run this stint, it means I'll have fresher tyres for the final stint, and hopefully I can push a bit harder. At the minute I'm happy with where this is going. And for once we're not chasing a Chip Ganassi car, and the pack is there.
20 laps to go.
This is going to be the real test of my abilities, because this is the sort of scenario that I've yet to really do well in. Go into the toe. I feel like Spencer might be slowing Harvick slightly. They're a little bit. These two are a little bit racy. Felt like I got a bit of overspeed into the corner then. Do like being able to kind of go slow in, fast out, and just wind it up. We've passed one. I'm going to force Harvick to leave the space, or make us leave the space.
Still there. Clear outside.
Not bad. For now, I'm just happy to try and make some steady pace. The thing is, I need to keep an eye on the tyres. Right front is starting to get low, as you'd expect. And then just see what happens. I'm probably not going to be well practiced at the actual pit routine, so I probably am expecting to lose some places in that. As long as I don't get black flagged for speeding, and I, find my pit box, that is fine. And is that a car dropping in now? It is a few dropping in. Okay. Because of having to slow, though, we've got some Harvick's back on our tail. Sprague up ahead. And the Net Zero Pontiac.
The leader's pitting now.
Ooh, there we go. Okay, interesting bit of info.
Car inside.
And you know what?
Clear inside.
I'm going to try and stay out.
Car down low.
There are a few people, some people staying out. Where are we?
Okay, you're in second.
Cool. I kind of want to nick.
The next car's the leader.
I kind of want to nick a 5 points for a lead lap. And to be fair, I feel like I was slowing a little bit behind that pack. Are you going to go in? You are. Let's have it. For the second race out of 3.
Keep it up, keep digging. You're in first.
We lead. And you know what? I'm going to do a couple of laps out front, not push it, because I'm going to be honest with you, I am fine with the grip, and I'm fine with my pace. Obviously, we're now going to have some traffic, because everyone's going to be a little bit spread out. How many laps are we due? 8 laps. 12 to go. Oh, so hang on. Is second place Jeff Gordon? Who I can see, 32 seconds. Stewart, though, is gaining. Oh, and he's right on me. Okay. Do I go in now? Oh, the back's just gone. Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed.
I was just about to go.
You got one stopped up ahead.
One. Why can it? Why?
Looks like we lost that motor.
Looks like it, yeah.
The pace cars in turn 3.
I was going fine. I was happy with my pace, and then Tony Stewart was just right up on me. I don't think it had anything to do with him. I think I just went round, and I pushed it too far on those tyres. I felt comfortable with them, and then that was the first big slide in ages. And then the subsequent accident, I feel like I could have handled that better if I could just slid into the infield and got it into the pits. But then up to the wall, and I switched off then. So the chances are the big accident, the big pile-up that ensued was also my fault, because I just didn't stay off the line. It might have still been recoverable after the first impact on the wall. But the thing that started it was my mistake. And the one objective was to not spin, not cause a caution. Can't argue that I've definitely not achieved that now. And here's a little clip of Jamie McMurray getting nerfed by Jimmy Spencer. One of the things I'm still not used to is under yellow flag, race to the line. And honestly, this is exactly why I think it's a bit crazy. Here we go. Ready for the engineer to say it. Here we go.
It's over. We can't fix that damage.
I know you can't, mate. Sorry, guys. That's on me. Sorry to everyone at Converse. I'm serious though. I do wear your shoes to drive, and it was going so well. Final 2 turns. Martin doesn't look close enough, and Stewart hasn't made up the ground. Martin's looking, it's not going to be close enough. Jeff Gordon wins in Las Vegas. What a sprint to the finish that was. And you know what? You're welcome. So in the end, we finished 25th. It's our best result of the season, but I must admit, it's slightly lucky, because obviously we crashed from the lead, which means because of the time the accident happened, and because I ended up taking out a load of people behind me, I benefited massively. Realistic result was probably around maybe 30 to 32. I am a rookie, and there were a couple of big rookie mistakes. I was literally one corner away from being really happy with how the race had gone, and then just, nursing it to the end. Silly slide, all my fault. In between that, lots of positives. So, Jeff Gordon wins at Las Vegas from Martin, Stewart, Burton, Wallace, Earnhardt Jr. in 6th. And that massively changes the standings. Jeff Gordon takes the lead by 4 points from Martin, Elliott down to 3rd, Stewart 4th, Bobby Labonte in 5th. So for us, that puts us into 33rd. We are just 2 points behind Schrader, which isn't bad. We are right alongside Mears. Why do I feel like that's going to be a beef that's going to continue throughout the season? There are positives to take. I have got the pace. I can do some consistent lapping. But there's still just lapses in judgment, and it is just those little lapses in judgment. 2 in this race that have really soured it for me. We looked out for 25th, but I think I'm capable of that without any of this nonsense. I just need to show it. Will I be able to show it at the next round, the Atlanta 500 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway? And it's another 1.5 mile, by the looks of it, D-shaped oval. So I'm a bit practiced. thank you so much for watching. I really hope you're enjoying the series, and you know, a bit forgiving of my shortcomings. But there's potential there. I know I keep saying it, there's potential there if I can just sort myself out. Thanks for watching. See you in Atlanta.